Hello, my name is Sarah. This is our twin daughters, Emma and Ava.
And hello, my name is Jesse.
Hello, my name is Sarah, and this is my daughter, Emma.
And hello, my name is Jesse, and this is my daughter, Ava.
We were very blessed and honored to be able to serve as the 2016 March of Dimes Ambassador family. We found out very early in our pregnancy that we were expecting twins at a very early ultrasound at just 6 weeks. This put me high risk since we were having twins. I went in frequently for checks and everything was going perfect and well until about 22 weeks pregnant, and I was diagnosed with something called an incompetent cervix. My cervix was shortening and funneling from the weight of the girls in my uterus.
So at 22 weeks, she went on to bed rest. I was trying to wait on her hand and foot at home, doing my best. It's definitely hard on her, hard on all of us as a family. Especially her though, to have to not move around and try to stay flat as much as possible, which is hard for anybody for the extended period of time that she had to do that for.
I continued my bed rest until about I was 26 weeks pregnant, and I started having some contractions and bleeding at home. So we rushed to the ER at Owensboro Health, and that's when I found out I was actually in labor. Luckily, they were able to stop my labor with medications, and I was then admitted to the hospital to complete the bed rest at the hospital. At 29 weeks and 4 days, I started having more contractions at the hospital. I was sent over to labor and delivery, and that's when I found out that I was in labor again. Unfortunately, this time, they was not able to stop my labor and contractions. That's when we found out that Ava and Emma were fixing to be born. We rushed directly to the OR for emergency C-section. Ava and Emma were then born just a few minutes later. They were sent directly to the NICU, and Jesse was able to go with them.
Directly after delivery, I went over to the NICU. Sarah had to go to recovery, so I was able to be with Ava and Emma immediately after birth. And this was a completely new experience for me, for her too. But to be able to see such a fragile baby that I'm not accustomed to seeing, it was just a shock.
Later on that day, I got to see the girls. They were in separate rooms, separate incubators with wires and tubes surrounding them. They were very fragile and tiny little, what looked like just miniature newborns. Ava weighed 2 pounds 10 ounces and Emma was 2 pounds 8 ounces. Both girls were breathing on their own, did not require any ventilator. Both just required CPAP to help them breathe.
It was definitely scary seeing all the medical equipment and seeing all the tubes and wires and CPAP and everything coming out of, our babies.
Being in the NICU was definitely a roller coaster. It felt like we would take 1 step forward and then 2 steps back. But the girls did great. They were true fighters. The girls spent 53 days in the NICU, which seemed like much longer than that, but the day finally came where they were able to go home. We were terrified to bring them home, but of course excited.
For so long we relied on the monitors and wires and medical staff all around us, and we weren't going to have that anymore.
It was just ourselves and them, but we made it through. Without March of Dimes and the research that they're able to perform, we know that our girls would not be where they are today and not thriving like they are. One thing in specific that March of Dimes did for Emma was a medication called Surfactant, which was administered directly into her lungs from a tube. The tube was temporary, but once the treatment was finished, Emma benefited well from it and continued progressing. Our daughters had triumphed over the #1 cause of infant death, prematurity. We will forever hold a special place in our hearts for all the medical staff that took care of our daughters and saved their lives. Again, we're so honored to be the March of Dimes Ambassador family. Without the commitment and work that March of Dimes has done for us, our daughters would not be alive and thriving today. We're forever grateful for Owensboro Health Hospital and the March of Dimes.
Once again, we just want you to know that we are very honored and blessed to be the ambassador family for the March of Dimes for 2016. We will be forever grateful for their life and their health.